Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole Huckabee, and welcome to Conversations with Nicole. I'm excited to tell you about United International Ministries today. The ministry supports the international community of local educators and college students by sharing the love of Jesus Christ with them and by helping meet their physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. In this episode, the director of UIM-Rock Hill, Ginger Duncan, joins me to talk about the impact UIM is making in this region of South Carolina. Let's get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Nicole. I am delighted to have as my guest today Ginger Duncan. She is the director of United International Ministries of Rock Hill, South Carolina. And she is here to tell us all about the impact UIM is having on this region of the state. Thank you so much for being my guest today. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm looking forward to this.
Absolutely. So for those that may not know about UIM, tell us all about it.
Okay, so United International Ministries exists to extend biblical hospitality to the international community of Rock Hill. And we define the international community for Rock Hill as specifically the educators and the students, meaning college students in our area. So we partner with Winthrop University as well as School District 3. And there's kind of a ripple effect there because Rock Hill School District 3, those teachers are friends with teachers outside of the district, and they kind of filter in as well. So we do go outside of the Rock Hill area, but we partner with people in the Rock Hill area.
And talk about how you support them and help them. It's just not material needs. It's emotionally, it's spiritually. Walk me through the process.
Sure. So it is our mission to have a positive impact on the international community. And what we want to do is share the love and truth of Jesus through meeting their emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. And that looks different for everyone. And so we try to do that in very practical ways. As far as the physical needs are concerned, it looks different for the students than it does for the teachers. But many of our teachers come here from countries like Africa, Latin America, the Philippines, and their salaries are certainly not what they are here. So arriving, they have a lot of expenses. They have to pay for their round trip tickets to and from America. They have to do the first and last month's rent, all the utilities set up. Anyway, they have to come out of pocket about $5,000, which is not an easy task for the majority of them. And because of that, they are not able to purchase basic needs: mattresses, kitchen supplies, utensils, food, linens, just the very basic needs. And we found this out, unfortunately, late in the game after extending hospitality to them. We realized they were actually sleeping on the floor months into starting the school.
Wow. It's terrible.
It is terrible. And of course, I'm going to take a little side trip here. That impacts our students. No parent wants to know that their child's teacher is sleeping on the floor, because if they're not at their best, they can't be at their best in the classroom.
Absolutely.
So by helping them, we're also helping the children. And so we found out about this. We stepped in. At the time, it was reactive. Now we're very proactive about this. But we work with the Rock Hill community to provide them with their very basic needs so that they can then be healthy, and they can feel loved, and they can feel supported. They can feel connected to not only their students and their admin, but also people in the community and people in local churches. As far as the students are concerned, their needs are very different. They require transportation from the airport, sometimes going to the Social Security office if they need to go to the doctor or dentist or something like that. Some very practical physical needs as well. And then all of them have emotional needs. We all want to be loved. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be understood. And so by connecting them to families here in the United States, whether it's a student or whether it's a teacher, we're building friendships. And that is something that we were created for community. And so that is something everyone desires, and everyone benefits from that. And we have wonderful friendship partners that come along beside us and invest in the international community by way of inviting them into their home for meals, inviting them in for the holidays, maybe supporting them if they have a Teacher of the Month or Teacher of the Year award. They go and support them and encourage them. If the students play sports or sing or they're in theater because their parents can't be here, then their international families or their American families will go and support them in that regard and cheer them on. So there really are a lot of pieces to this puzzle. We have support groups, we have coffee groups, we have book clubs, we have Bible studies. Wherever they feel like they need to fit in, we are hopefully there to help them do so.
Absolutely. And I have to, assume the feedback, the response from the teachers and the students, it has to be overwhelming appreciation for what you're doing for them.
It is, but what's interesting is we also get that same feedback from our friendship partners and our other supporters. They're like, I never knew that I would get a blessing from this. I feel more blessed than, fill in the blank, my student or my teacher or my group of students or teachers. It is probably one of the most rewarding things that I've ever been a part of. And that's what our partners say. They say, this is incredible. I never realized I could experience so much joy from giving. And it really is a neat opportunity. Yeah.
I always say the gift is in the giving. So you said that so beautifully right there from those who are partnering with you. That being said, how can people help you?
Oh, wow. There are so many ways. The great thing about UIM is that, sometimes with a ministry or a charity or an organization, there are very specific ways and it doesn't fall outside of that. So if you don't have a particular personality, you might not fit in with that ministry. With UIM, there's so many different ways. So one big need is mattresses. We do have a storage facility that we can use. It's provided by the school district, thank goodness, but they do not allow us to store mattresses. And this is new for us because our last storage facility did allow us to do that. And so we could take used mattresses and we would just put mattress protectors on them. And now we have to receive new mattresses. So this is huge. We have probably between 15 and 30 new international teachers coming next August, and we're going to need to supply mattresses and box springs for all of them. So whether it's someone who wants to purchase a mattress or they have a group of friends or a neighborhood or a small group or fill in the blank, whatever that may look like, they can go in together and do this. We also have transportation needs, obviously friendship partners. So if someone's an extrovert and they like diversity, there are ways that we can connect them with a student or a teacher. We also, you ask how people can help us. I'd like to throw this out too. We also like to help our community. So some of the things that we do for people, whether it's a business or a church or a neighborhood or any other kind of community, we provide cross-cultural training. And this is helpful because a lot of time when you have internationals coming into your school, coming into your neighborhood, coming into your business, there can be some difficulty with that. So we help the body come together and say, oh, this is why this happens and this is who we are. There's a lot we don't know about our own culture. So I do a little bit of educating there. This is what we look like to the nations. And it's not always pretty, right? So it's just the truth. So we do offer things like that. And there's some other ways we can help the community, but we don't want it to be just a take situation. I'm going to steal something from a friend of mine, Johnny Garman. He says, we don't want a transactional relationship. We want a transformative relationship. And that's very much what we want. So as I'm sharing what we need from the community, I hope the community hears me say we want to be there for them too. But friendship, support, love, ways to volunteer could be moving furniture. When we have the furniture for the teachers, we have a big moving day where we take it to their residences. So muscles are nice. organization skills, grant writing. We would love to have someone who's skilled in grant writing. There are so many different ways that people could just reach out and say, hey, this is my skill set. How can
Sure.
you use? And we can find a way to put it to use. Yes.
And so how do they reach you?
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and then UIM-Rock Hill is our website.
What are your final thoughts and hopes for this ministry as you move forward in 2024?
Wow, that's a big question. I am a person who is influenced by my faith, and so I believe that we can be different. We can have different faiths. We can have different political views. We can have different values, even, and we can still help one another, extend grace, come together as a community, and do good. And so I think my big hope is that UIM promotes goodwill so that people recognize that even if we are different, as diverse as we are, we can still come together and provide a healthy environment for our kids, for our visitors that are coming from other areas, and for just our neighborhoods and our schools. I believe it's really important to recognize that not everybody's going to think like I do. And not everybody is going to have the same hopes and dreams and values and goals that I do. And that's okay.
Yeah.
We can still come along together, and we do not have to have dissension, and we do not have to have a dividing line. Well, you're here and I'm there, therefore we cannot work together. I believe we can all work together. So I hope that UIM is a tool in the Lord's hands to be able to help people recognize that and work together for the good of our community.
I love that. I love that, Ginger. Thank you so much for being my guest today. This has certainly been a blessing, and I wish you and everyone that's in partnership with UIM the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. And that will do it for this edition of Conversations with Nicole. Until I see you again, I hope you have a great day.